Hello, everyone. Let's wait a couple of minutes to enter everyone. So let's start. Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's webinar. My name is Lorena Aguilar, and I'm delighted to be moderator today, joining from Cabeloce. Thank you to all for taking the time to join us for what promises to be an insightful session on the Circular Cities and Regions initiative, known as CCRI. Before we dive into the content, let me run through a few brief housekeeping notes to ensure we all have a smooth experience today. Firstly, today's webinar will run for approximately 1 hour. Please note that this session is being recorded and will be made available to all registered participants. Also, you can use the questions and answer function to share your thoughts, insights, or questions as we progress. We'll have a dedicated questions and answer segment towards the end of the webinar, where we will address as many of your questions as possible. Don't forget to include the name of the speakers in the questions to be addressed. Now, let me outline what we have in store for over the next hour. We'll begin with an overview of the CCRI. Following this, we will see the 3 initiatives under the umbrella of the CCRI. Firstly, we will learn about the Knowledge Hub and its support. Then we will continue with the Community of Practices. And we will learn more about the Circular City Center and what it offers. To conclude the session, we have prepared a presentation about the circularity, followed by the questions and answers session. And now it's a great pleasure to introduce our 3 speakers for today's session. First, I'm dealing to introduce my colleague Mireia Ferri. Mireia is a senior R&D&I consultant and social science researcher and heads up the technical department at Cabeloce, where she coordinates both consulting and services research in European projects. She brings invaluable expertise in circular economy, implementation, social innovation, and participatory research methodologies. Welcome, Mireia. Our second speaker is Victoria Miles. She is Circular Economy Junior at ICLEI. Victoria works across diverse areas of the circular economy, from textiles and bioeconomy to circular and urban planning. She is currently helping to coordinate the CCRI Community of Practice project, fostering collaboration and knowledge exchange among circular economy practitioners across Europe. Welcome, Victoria. And finally, we are honored to have Jonas Byström joining us. Jonas leads engineering in the Housing, Cities and Regions Advisory Division at the European Investment Bank in Luxembourg, where he focuses on programs and projects that promote the circular economy, particularly in urban areas. And welcome, Jonas. Without further ado, let's begin. And Mireia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Lorena. I will take the control now of the presentation. And yeah, thank you all to be here today to know more about the CCRI. I will introduce first what is the initiative for those that don't know about this Circular Cities and Regions initiative. This initiative is an initiative launched by the European Commission to support cities and regions to implement circular systemic solutions across Europe, as well as the development of new circular business and governance model. This initiative is part of the European Circular Economy Action Plan and also contribute to the Green Deal and the EU bioeconomy strategy. There are different entities supporting this initiative, and also different funding programs or topics across Horizon 2020 and Horizon Europe that support the work that this initiative is doing to advance in circularity. What makes this initiative a unique initiative for circular economy across Europe in cities and regions? This is not just another EU initiative because it uses traditional EU funds and EU programs to support this way to circularity, mainly, as I mentioned, Horizon 2020 and Horizon Europe. This connect a network of stakeholders supporting cities and regions to advance circular economy. At this moment, it involves more than 142 cities and regions supported, and 16 associated partners working together to exchange knowledge and support the cities and regions to advance. And this community, it's growing. And also the approach is systematic, so it's trying to support the systemic solutions, not linear or one focus. It's about systematic change to implement circular economy solutions across Europe. And of course, it provides cities and regions a comprehensive support package involving exchange, lesson learned, tools, resources, reports, but also one-to-one or B2B exchange of knowledge among cities and regions. These are the different collaborators or different stakeholders engaged in the initiative. There is a Circular Cities, Regions and Initiative Office that fosters synergies and complementarities between circular economy and organize all the knowledge that it's been created and all the different services that the initiative offers to cities and regions. There are, of course, the projects that are being funded by Horizon 2020 and Horizon Europe, testing and demonstrating how to implement circular systemic solutions across Europe, testing also circular business models and governance schemes, and all of them exchanging the lessons learned and the key outcomes of the projects in this initiative. There are also associated partners that are EU initiatives and organizations working towards circularity, and of course is the European Commission with different bodies trying also to promote this implementation of the circular economy. And finally, in order to provide you an overview of what is this initiative and what it offers to cities and regions, it offers knowledge, it offers exchange and also support, technical and financial support and capacity building activities. And today we are going to deep a little bit in some of these activities or support schemes that the CCRI provides to cities and regions, starting, of course, with the CCRI Knowledge Hub, as my colleague Lorena advanced to you. And what is the CCRI Knowledge Hub? The CCRI Knowledge Hub tries to expand and share circular economy knowledge in a systematic and friendly way. Also, it provides capacity building opportunities for cities and regions and offers tailored advisory and mentoring program to these cities and regions that are at the early stage of this circular transition. In particular, what we are doing inside the CCRI Knowledge Hub, we are curating, mapping, curating, and offering different resources to cities and regions in a systematic way and friendly way. And all these resources in form of reports, tools, webinars are being updated to the CCRI website. We are also making a marketplace for enabled technologies. We have already developed a catalog of enabled technologies for circular economy, and we are right now trying to fit this marketplace in a friendly way and dynamic way in the CCRI website. We are, of course, developing support resources according to the cities and regions that we support according to their needs. And we offer tailored supports to cities and regions, as I mentioned, at the early stage of the circularity. And this tailored support starts with a diagnosis of what is the situation or the status of the circular economy implementation in this city and region. And then we offer capacity building activities and mentoring program according to this first diagnosis. And at the end of the project, we will share with all the cities and regions and also at European level the insights and recommendations that we have gained along this journey. And here you have some example of the resources that we are developing. For example, we have selected 40 good practices across EU projects that have been funded with different funding program at the European, regional and local level. We have this catalog of technologies and we are developing some use cases as this one in about plastics. And as I told you, we offer this tailored support for cities and regions. This is our mentoring program. And this mentoring program starts with a co-design process with cities and regions in which we start with a desk research, trying to understand which is the situation of this city and region in terms of circular systemic solutions implemented at local or regional level. Then we meet with them trying to match or validate what we have seen in the research with the documents that we have found, but also the documents that they have shared with us. Then with all this information, with the documents and the meeting with civil servants or the responsibles of the city, of the region, we complete what we call an inputs table, that it's a way of systematizing all this information to draft the support pathway with our colleagues from the University of Valencia. And this support pathway is validated again with the city or region representatives in a co-design or co-validation session. And then with all this information, we start with the support pathway that it's composed by this by three main issues. The first one is that we share with them resources that we thought that are interesting for them. So we curate and select some useful resources for them. We organize capacity building workshops that, although they are tailored to these cities and regions that we are supported, they are open for any interested stakeholder in the topic that we are going to address these capacity building workshops. And we organize with them this one-to-one mentoring program. Just to let you know a little bit more of the resources that can be projects, papers, tools, webinars, or of course, ad hoc documents for them. The webinars that the workshops that we organize can be related to thematic topics, mainly in the 4 domains or pillars that the CCRI Knowledge Hub is focused. That can be public engagement, impact assessment, innovation and technology, or business model and financial support. But also our workshops are sectorial. They can be about plastic, waste management, glaze resource, or specific workshops that the city or region ask us to organize. And of course, here you have some examples of the past webinars that we develop according to the cities and regions that are being mentoring in our program. And at the end, we offer this mentoring program at least about 2 topics that they select as priority to advance in the circular economy. And with these 2 topics, they have at least 6 online sessions with an internal mentor from the CCRI Knowledge Hub and 6 online sessions with an external expert. And for that, we have a pool of European experts on circular economy that we put at the disposal of our cities and regions. And just to give you an overview of the 9 cities and regions that are being supported right now, and we will start in the coming weeks with the new pool of cities and regions, because our last call for this mentoring program the deadline was the 17th of October. So yesterday we write the selected entities, some of them, and the others we will be notified in the coming weeks, in the coming days, sorry. And here you have some examples of what is about the cities and regions that we are supporting and the topics that they have been selected to be supported. For example, the city of Stavanger, they were interested to have a workshop on plastics for agriculture, and then we invite different stakeholders, not only from the city, but also at European level, to exchange some lessons learned. And then they are receiving right now a mentoring on business models and innovation. Another example is Poltava region, in which we implement a workshop on public engagement, and they are receiving a mentoring in public engagement because this is one of the main topics they are interested on. And right now also they are receiving a mentoring with one of our external experts on circular governance and waste management. And yeah, I think this is all from my side. Yes, Lorena.
Okay, Mireia. Thank you very much. Let's continue with Victoria.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I will share my screen. 1 second. I hope you can see my screen. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you, Mireia and Lorena, for organizing this webinar. I'm here to present the CCRI Communities of Practice and Twinning Program. My name is Victoria. I work for ICLE Europe in the Circular Economy Department, and we're the project coordinators. So as explained earlier, here you can see the different services that the CCRI provides, and highlighted in red, you will see our 2 services, the CCRI Twinning Program and the Communities of Practice, which both have to some degree the same objective, that it's peer learning and networking between circular economy advanced practitioners. So I'm gonna first of all explain the Communities of Practice. The Communities of Practice is basically what we understand as a community of practice is a working group of city and regions practitioners that come together to share experiences. They are normally practitioners that are advanced in different topics. So it can be any topic, but as long as they have some kind of experience and they can develop new knowledge and basically help each other out. Right now, we have 8 communities of practice with a range of very different topics. We can go from urban planning to social impact to critical raw materials. But what's important to know is that almost all the communities of practice now are closed, but we want to receive applications for 2. We are open to receive applications for the Circular Water Management Community of Practice and Critical Raw Materials Community of Practice. Now I will explain a bit deeper what these COPs are about and which are the main objectives. So on the Critical Raw Materials COP, they want to focus on how to develop strategies to manage critical raw materials effectively at city level, and also what approaches can support to close the material loops in the different contexts of different cities, and basically what's the role of public procurement or digital tracking tools and some business models that can play a role to turn waste into resources. So if you think that you might be interested in this COP or that you want to get to know more information, I will drop the email in the chat afterwards, you'll see, so you can ask for more information regarding this. Then on the Circular Water Management COP, on this group, they will basically dive in the key drivers to make circular water management resilient at city level. And they are also interested in linking circular water managers with other themes, like, for example, climate action, or they are also interested in applying strategies to keep water in use. And also they want to dive into technological and governance mechanisms regarding circular water management. And the same, if you are interested in applying, you'll see the email in the chat. So basically, also I wanted to explain who can apply, but I see now in the call almost everyone is from a subnational government or city or region. We accept, as I said, any subnational government or affiliated entities like public agencies or municipal companies. And we accept 2 CCRI and non-CCRI cities and regions. As I said earlier, we would like to have applicants that are experienced in the topic, and at the same time that they are committed, at least like being able to contribute or to basically join the discussions that are more or less once a month. And of course, we will consider geographical diversity. Well, why join? We would like to have peers learn and exchange for each other, identify new solutions to your specific challenges in the topic that I said before, and basically you'll have the opportunity to showcase the work of your city or region, and again expand your network and turn knowledge into action. So if you would like to join, or you're interested in knowing some more information, you can write us at this email. I'll drop it in the chat later on. And then I'm gonna also explain the training program, which is another service that is part of the CCRI communities of practice. Well, the training program is designed for cities that share potential interest and challenges and barriers, or even have like your mind same solution on any specific topic. We basically built this program to bring cities together so they can meet one-to-one and learn from each other. The difference between the communities of practice and the training program, first of all, is one-to-one. And then it can be any given topic that any city is interested in. So how it would work is any city can apply to the training program and we would be the matchmakers. I'll explain a bit more on the process here. First of all, if you're interested, again, you can apply in the QR that I'm showing in the screen. or you can also ask for more information in the email that I provided earlier. But then after your application gets processed, where you list out the topics that you're interested in, we will work on creating this nudge. And then after that, we will allocate the facilitator and kickstart your twinning journey. That this will entail having different meetings with this other city to learn from each other. In the end, you will receive a summary to receive back to receive a summary of your learning journey and to have like a number of meaningful contexts. Who can apply? Same than before, any subnational government or affiliated entities, and CCRI and non-CCRI cities and regions. And that's basically it from our side. I was very fast. As I said before, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop us an email. I will write it now in the chat.
Thank you, Victoria. Yeah, Mireia write the different emails of the initiatives. So if you want to contact with them, here you have the emails.
Thank you.
So thank you, Victoria. And now is the turn of Jonas. Jonas, when you want.
I will first see if I can take the control again, which I think worked well. So good morning, everyone. And Mireia and Lorena, thank you very much for the invitation. As seen on this first slide, I will focus on what is called the Circular City Centre, or C3. And a bit of the background. I'm working for European Investment Bank in Luxembourg, as Lorena said, in a housing regions cities advisory division, and focus on this initiative. In EIB, we have worked for many, many years in supporting cities and are very happy to do that, in particular with sustainable projects. But we've also focused a lot on supporting the circular economy transition inside the bank, but also with all the clients we work. We therefore saw a good reason to focus a bit more on this and try to build in a way internally the case for more and further support. We saw that this is a very relevant topic in cities. Cities can be the ecosystems, the cradles for the circular transition. The city administrations can also catalyze, facilitate, and enable action, both in the city hall, but also in the city further out among companies, etc. What we saw, though, was that many cities are at an early stage, maybe reading a bit more about the circular economy than doing it, or at least doing it with projects, initiatives on scale. And we also saw that cities have different capacities. They may have a bit of interest in one division, in one department, but not really cooperating, looking at how can we together in the city administration with everyone in the city really promote the transition. And then we also saw that cities that have advanced a bit towards action, they may have done some pilots, some demo projects, etc. Finding the financing, in particular for larger projects and real circular action, that was difficult. And that's why we set up this center, the Circular City Centre, which we refer to as a competence and a resource center at the EIB, where we support cities in their circular transition in 4 different ways: through awareness raising and mobilization, through knowledge sharing and dissemination, both the kind of awareness raising, we have produced documents, e-learning tools, etc., but also bringing in cities to share experiences. Most focus from C3 is to work directly with cities bilaterally in 2 different programs: Circular City Advisory Program and Circular Project Advisory Program, which I will describe in more detail later. Yeah. We started the work in C3 in 21, 22, and up to 23, we took it through a pilot phase, supported then by the European Investment Advisory Hub. We've then got further support from the Commission, DG RTD, that is coordinating also the Circular Cities Regions initiative. And with that support and in the framework of this CCRI, we are now rolling out C3 and what we offer up to end of 27. And we are doing this together with 4 consultants And ICLEI, represented here by Vittoria, but also Circular Economy Foundation, ARUP, and Ecoris. So a quite good and well complemented set of experts in those 4 companies. So a bit more of what we offer. When it comes to awareness raising and learning about circularity, we have to date published 6 guidance documents, and you will find them all for download on our C3 webpage, which I will give you a link to later. And they range from more general topics like the 15 steps for circular cities, how to prepare a circular economy strategy. We have what is called a catalog of circular actions and solutions, looking at what can cities do with circular impact in 8 different sectors of relevance in a city. And then more sector focus and implementation focus, built environment, one guide, circular consumption in cities, another, and the latest focus on circular public procurement in cities. We also, based on a few of those, have prepared e-learning tools that can be another way to learn and be inspired. And then we have case studies as well, some published and some under development. To disseminate this and also information, knowledge from cities, we organize webinars and events. We had one in-person event in Brussels a couple of weeks ago, and other networking cooperation, reaching out events and initiatives. But again, most efforts on these 2 advisory initiatives, which, important to note, as said on this slide, is fully free of charge for cities, municipal companies and utilities, etc. So a bit more about the Circular City Advisory Program, or CCA as we call it. It's actually 3 sub-programs which reflect that we have seen that cities have reached different stages of progress. So one, the first, focus on helping a city prepare a city strategy, circular city strategy. If they have a strategy or roadmap, the second program helped the city to, in a sector that we choose together, develop a pipeline of circular projects. And the third, focus on developing a particular circular project, either with regard to circularity or to make it more investment ready and bankable. And all the 3 programs comprise of 4 workshops during a 4 to 6 months period, with some preparatory work, some homework in between workshops, and some reading, in order for us in the C3 team to help the cities to advance towards one of these 3 objective strategy, pipeline, or a project. And the city can start with the first program and come back for the second or the third. So they can be taken consecutively if needed, meaning we can help a city advance from the early strategic planning to the stage of having projects ready for financing. And that's also with the purpose of availing in a way for what EIB offers in more concrete terms, which is the financing to help the cities to implement the projects that we then have discussed in these workshops, which has happened with a few of the cities already that we have worked with, where we brought in the bankers, and then discussions continued, and eventually there was a loan signed, and the city could then finance with very flexible instruments that we have for cities. So free of charge, I think I mentioned, so quite a good opportunity. We have so far completed such programs for about 20 cities. We are working with around 15 cities and have another 10 cities that have submitted expression of interest. And all of these cities and these programs focus on EU cities, considering the funding we have for this. 3 examples: City of Vienna in Austria, a CCA1 program where we help them not with the circular city strategy, but the strategy for the built environment, where they had a lot of focus, that also helped them to revitalize the internal cooperation in the team. And then we have got some indication they may come back to ask for help to develop a full city strategy, looking at all relevant sectors and activities. City of Leuven in Belgium, we had a CCA2 program focusing on the pipeline in the built environment. They had new construction to be planned, some repurposing of old heritage buildings, etc. And we looked at how to make that in a circular manner, but also in a way that could facilitate access to financing. And there, one example of bringing in the banker in the last workshop, discussions continued, and they now have an EIB loan signed that allow them to finance these and many other projects in what is called a framework loan, which is a credit line, a big pot of money where cities can draw funding for many different projects, smaller, larger, during a long period. So very flexible type of financing. Thirdly, Riga in Latvia, a CCA3 program focusing on then a bit again the built environment, but more specifically repurposing and redeveloping abandoned buildings in the city into social housing and daycare centers, and doing that both with regard to the kind of impact that could have on the people that eventually would benefit from this housing facilities, but also to do it in a circular manner. In the pilot, we saw that in addition to these programs and the workshop style, where we then during these 4-6 months accompany a city towards these 3 different goals and objectives, we saw a need for more tailored and extensive advisory for a city or a municipal company that have a large, relatively mature project that they either need help to develop the circular aspects and elements or to make the project investment ready. And for this, we now offer the Circular Project Advisory Program, which really is tailored to what are the needs. And it can then be, as I said, to fill some gaps in the project documentation. Maybe there is a need for a new study or develop the feasibility study a bit further or some market study, or to really explore how can, together with the project team, we from EIB and the consultants, help the city to make this an even circular project and increase in a way the circular impact. And after having discussed this, we formalize the cooperation in terms of reference or scope of works that will guide what the consultants will do together with the project promoter. And this is then formalized in an advisory service agreement between the city and EIB, based on which the work between the promoter and this consultant team and C3 experts can help them to advance this. Usually it takes 6 to 12 months, and it can be up to 200 person days of advisory or expert support. And the focus is therefore rather on the larger projects. We have said preferably above 20 million in project cost, but there is some flexibility in this as well. And here as well, the possibility exists, of course, for a city that have completed one of the CCA programs. They may have done the CCA1 strategy, looked a bit at the sector, and together with the city in the sector, we found one project that seemed very interesting, relevant, but that was not really investment ready or bankable, and they could not really secure the financing. And then this is the kind of program that can help them to go further and take the project to the stage where they then can go to commercial bank, to the commission for a grant, or to EIB for financing. Examples there, we have worked and started to work with Malaga in Spain, where they have a greenfield urban development, which is a large mixed-use development with many different elements, both housing, commercial, various kind of uses of buildings, etc., but also infrastructure of different kinds. But the city and the planners had really ambitions to make it as circular and as sustainable as possible. And here the team is looking at this, but also on how to, from discussing this on more, we can say, conceptual levels, how to build in these circular plans, thoughts, elements in the different stages and steps of taking this large project forward. In Turku in Finland, instead, there was a focus on brownfield urban development, and it's a port area with some old cultural buildings, but also some challenges with flooding. So the program focused on how to make this redevelopment with regard to buildings, infrastructure as circular as possible, but also consider circularity with regard to water use and the flood protection. In addition to these two, we have just started work on 2 other CPAs, focusing in this case on the water sector, both with regard to recovering resources in wastewater treatment plants, but also in a repurposed brownfield development to really make the circular use the water use in the development as circular as possible. So some ranges in the focus in these CPAs. For any interested city or project promoter for either of these two programs, there is on our webpage and also in the links I will put in the chat or in the presentation that you will get later, expression of interest form, a simple form where you can describe a bit the city, where you are in your circular transition, and what would be your needs and where would you need your help to develop either strategy, a pipeline, or a project in the CCA, or the more extensive project development in the CPA. So for any of you in this call or anyone you know of in your city or others you work with that you think could benefit from this, please share this expression of interest forms, which then could be sent to the simple email address that I think Maria already put in the chat, c3@eab.org, to which you also can address any questions you have or thoughts you have of what could be useful support you could get from C3. And in the presentation, you will also find links to not only our webpage, which I'll put the link to in the chat, but also a frequently asked questions document also on the webpage. We have an introductory video that presents in more detail these programs. We have a LinkedIn page where we on more or less a weekly basis give updates on C3 activities, guidance documents, events, and some city testimonials. And then again, a simple email address if you are interested in taking this forward with a question or an EUI. So with this, thank you very much, and looking forward to potential questions or later on to hear your thoughts and views on how from C3 side we can help you. So thanks a lot, and I will leave Maria to take back.
Thank you very much, Jonas. Now, my colleague Mireia will continue with the next part of the session.
Thank you, Lorena. The final part of this webinar is just to give you an overview of the different services that the CCRI provides to cities and regions, because we have here today listened about the community of practices and the training program, the mentoring program, and some services delivered from the C3, but there are more resources, more exchange opportunities and support schemes that cities and regions can apply and can consult. And just to let you know where you can find more information or where what apply in terms of or considering the state of the circularity in which you are right now. If you want to know more and you want to consult reports, methodologies related to circular economy, you have in the CCRI website the knowledge repository in which you have access to papers, projects, regulations, funding and financing schemes. So a lot of information curated and easy to understand for cities and regions at different stages. So here you have all this information, yes, for you to check. Some of the knowledge that we are developing is still not there, but will be there in very soon. For example, the catalog of technologies is not already available there, but we are working on updating it in a friendly way. But right now you have a pool of resources that you can select according to your interest. If you want to deepen the exchange opportunities, so peer learning and networking, Victoria explained you what are the community of practices and the training program. I at the beginning explained what is the mentoring program, but in addition to that, there are some thematic working groups already there, topic based. So they are working around different topics, and you have here the 4 topics they are working right now. They are working on circular construction and buildings, circular resource management, circular bioeconomy, and industrial symbiosis and circular economy in industries, and they are a space for collaboration. So if you want to take a look at them, you have all the information also in the CCRI website, and you can consult what they are discussing, also the reports they deliver at the end of these regular meetings. If you are more interested in the support scheme, here you have the opportunities that the C3 offers you, as Jonak explained, but there are more opportunities to cities and regions. You have the Green Assist, for example, that it's a free technical and financial advice for circular economy projects. You have the tailored advisory support that the pilots and fellows are receiving from the coordinator and support office. And of course, you have this training and webinars that are organized to increase the capacity of cities and regions to advance on circular economy on different topics. And that's all the different opportunities that you can have or access through the CCRI, and all of them are represented in this Circular Cities and Regions Initiative Compass, where you can click on each of the topics and have more information about what is offered, what are the target audience, and how to apply, if this is through open calls or if this is a continuous apply procedure. So that's all for the journey, and now it's time for questions and answers.
Thank you, Mireia. Let's see some questions from the participants. There is one question from the municipality of Perugia that they are interested in the mentoring program, and I'll read the question. Right. Okay, here it is. Okay, thank you. Yeah, they are interested in the mentoring program. However, I do not hold a political or managerial role. I'm the assistant to the counselor for the environment. Would it be possible to involve other members of the municipality who have the relevant expertise and delegate the responsibilities to help implementing the topic addressed in the program? Mireia, you can answer this question.
Yes, yeah, about the mentoring program, the mentoring program, it's open to cities and regions, and of course, any stakeholder working on behalf of these cities and regions. For example, in the cities that we are supporting right now, we have engaged the waste management company of a particular city, and we are giving support to them. So if you act on behalf of the city or region, in this case on behalf of the municipality of Perugia, yes, you can apply to receive this mentoring program.
Okay, thank you, Mireia. Well, if there is not more questions, we can continue. Let me take the control. Okay. So here you have the email contacts from the speakers, and if you are interested in what? Okay, wait, because I think that there is another question that we can say. Okay, so on behalf of the city of Esmedrebo, we are very interested in the mentoring program, as it could significantly contribute to our ongoing efforts in environmental transition and circular economy. Could you please clarify whether municipalities can involve technical staff of project officers not holding political or managerial positions as main contact points while ensuring the engagement of decision makers in the implementation phase. I think that, Mireia, this is for you too.
Yes, Milos, I think we were exchanging some information yesterday because you are one of the new cities that will receive the mentoring program. So welcome on board. Yeah, you can involve the people or the staff that you consider it's convenient to receive this mentoring program, so we can discuss in the different sessions or co-design sessions that we will have to define support pathway, because the idea is to have on board this mentoring program the people that it's already or it's able to implement this systematic change at a local level. So if the people that it's working on circular economy has not this political position in the city and you want to involve the technical one, yes, of course, it's more than welcome.
Thank you, Mireia. Well, as I was saying, and here you have the contacts from our speakers, and if you have any question about the different initiatives, you can write them. And also here you have the QR code, or you can enter to the website of the CCRI initiative if you want to know more about it. Likewise, you have here the social media to check the updates and the news about the different initiatives. And I think that that's all for today. Thank you very much to all for your interest in this webinar, and we hope you found it interesting. You can follow us by the social medias, and we will inform you if we organize more webinars. After this, we will send you the record with the webinar and also the presentation for your interest. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.